Oh, my name's Fox9, so Lego Name Fox, and I just got out of Alita, Battle Angel, which I got this a while ago, because, one, this was already on sale before the movie came out, like, okay, but, yeah, like, I got, this is Alita Battle Angel, which is Hollywood's newest attempt to try and create a live-action manga/anime, which, one, like, when this trailer first came out, I don't know if the CG wasn't all that finished, but they, like, Alita's look in this is very big anime eyes still. She looks, even, like, a little bit younger. She looks more anime character, kind of, but also does look kind of creepy, and she still kind of does, but then again, this world is, whoo boy. But anyways, back to my first point. This is Hollywood's attempt, again, to try and create a live-action anime, or movie based off of live-action, based off of anime. And I don't know, I haven't read the mangas, but I'll say this, it's the best live-action anime ever made. Live-action movie made from anime ever made. At least I'd say that, because I've seen the Death Note movie, not the Japanese one, the American one. Shit, it's not shit, but it's not good. It's not a really good movie. It's an okay movie. It's not a good movie. I've seen the Full Metal Alchemist one that's on Netflix right now. That was distributed by Netflix at least, and that was shit. I've seen Ghost in a Shell. Not a good movie. But I've seen those different things like that. And honestly, this was way better. This was way better. First off, one, this is basically a hard R. This is a hard rated R movie that got under the censors that made it a PG-13 because most of the dismemberment that happens in this movie is to robots, and the blood is blue. Only reason why. Other than that, people are getting chopped up. There's just like people getting their head chopped off and just fall to the ground. Alita smashes a dude's face in. At one point, there's like a dismembered brain with eyes, and you see like the eyes move because the brain is still alive, or there's a living head. Like it gets, oh my god, it gets insane, and it's good though. It's really good. All the characters have backstories in this world, because this world is kind of something. It is, I'm not sure how I'd say it's Blade Runner-esque, but it's kind of like the apocalypse kind of happened where 300 years ago there was a war between two factions. I don't want to spoil it. There's a war between two factions that basically destroys majority of the world except for this one city where there's this one floating city that then floats above what's known as Iron Sea, where most of this movie takes place. And like a lot of people want to go to this floating city because, you know, it's supposed to be paradise. It's supposed to be the great whatever, and stuff like that. It's supposed to be, you know, like, they don't know, we don't really know, like, what much is up there. We just know a lot of people really want to go up there, which, you know, and whatever, and that place just dumps all their trash and garbage down onto the Iron City, where there's people's scrapyard, where we find, I'm just gonna call him Dr. Schultz. Well, his name is Dr. Edo, but I know him as Schultz from Django. But yeah, Dr. Edo, he finds Alita like in the beginning, and you know, puts her back together with a special body that he had made like years prior. And basically it is kind of like Alita slowly trying to figure out who she is, while also kind of establishing a life with like this man who basically becomes her stepfather. Then you also have a love interest with this one guy who he has a dark past too, which kind of ties in with everything that happens in the story. You have awesome action. You have some awesome action scenes. You have like this whole thing with bounty hunters. You kind of have like this idea like, oh, is this the bad guy or is this the bad guy? Like, and here's the thing, like, the trailers don't really give much away. Like, yeah, they show something. They give certain things away. Like, one scene, maybe. They really give away. But other than that, like, a lot of the trailers don't give much away to certain things. Like, yeah, I was watching, like, okay, I've seen that in the trailer, which I've seen this trailer since last year. But, like, it's like, okay, I've seen that in the trailer, I've seen that in the trailer, I've seen that, I've seen that, I've seen that, I've seen that. But, like, other than that, like, it's like, that's maybe, like, first 30 minutes of the movie? That the trailers kind of, like, give, like, okay, there's that, that, and that. Like, that's it. And then there's more twists on top of those things. Like, that's not like, oh, like, the movie gives away, no. They gives away, like, majority of what the trailer show is maybe, like, the first 30 minutes. And then clips and pieces of surrounding after that a little bit. But other than that, like, a lot of it's, like, unseen footage. A lot of it's just, you know, boom, there. Awesomeness. And it's really, really good. It really is. This movie was so awesome. And again, like, there's some, like, serious body horror in this movie, which is pretty good. Like, basically, and another good thing is they don't, at least, I've never read the manga, but I want to now, but I've never read the manga, but this movie does something better than a lot of other movies I think did, and that's, it tries to tell its story, but not trying to rush it. Like, it is, and not saying, like, oh, it's a slow burn. No. I mean this in a sense of, like, spoilers they kind of set up for something to happen later, but, like, they don't do it, like, in a bad way. Like, this, unlike other movies where it's like, oh, we want a sequel, so we're only gonna show you little tidbits, and then we're gonna, you know, make the sequel greater and better. Like, no, this tells you a full story, all the way to the end. Does it leave you on a cliffhanger? Yes. Is it a good cliffhanger? Yes. And it's like it tells you this first chapter of Alita or whatnot. It tells you this full chapter, and then when we finally get to the next chapter, oh boy, is it gonna be great. Because because one thing, like, there's certain things that they really, really hype up, but you're also like, they never really show bits of it, and it's like, okay, like, I'm guessing, like, they're probably, like, I kind of guessed early on, like, okay, they're probably going to set this up for a sequel. But then again, they also kind of left that bit over, like, okay, I don't know where some of the story is kind of going with some of these things. This movie has humor in it, for one. And it comes off naturally, like, there's no, like, oh, Misa be funny, man. No, there actually is there actually is some humor there, and it's played off well. Like at one point something happens, and then, like, a guy goes, I didn't like him. He wasn't a dog lover. And just walks away, and that guy is never seen again in the movie. Like, and, like, after he fights off, like, this one guy. What the hell? And then, or, like, just, like, certain things, like, how Alita acts. And, like, honestly, this is how I feel like Wonder Woman should have been a little bit. Because, like, Alita is kind of like that kind of fish out of water, I think. I think that you would consider that this. She's kind of like that fish out of water. She really doesn't know who she is. But she kind of is slowly learning, and you kind of see that in her, where she kind of has, like, that wide-eyed innocence kind of thing. While also, like, through just certain movements, like how they have her move, you know, like, oh no, she was a warrior. She will kill. And, like, that's really good. Like, from how Alita acts, where, like, she has that innocent look, but then see when battle mode just switches in her brain and she just goes into combat. Like, it is really good. And they do leave certain things open, like when, like, certain things are revealed about her past. They give you tidbits, but not too much. But then, like, towards the end, you kind of see, like, oh no, I see why this war probably happened, or why certain things happened how they did. This movie is, like, really good. It has some good things. It has definitely that anime feel. And I don't mean that just from, like, oh, she has big eyes. Even though that is kind of thing. And it gets creepy at some point, but again, in this world where a lot of, like, this world is dark. This world is gritty. And it's fucking great. And it's really cool. It's awesome seeing things like, because I want to see if I can find the Alita doll body. Like, the first body she has, I want to see if I can get that one too, but like I like how that one looks. Like you see the little tidbits of how it looks. Like yeah, it looks like a doll body. And then when she gets this body, the berserker body, it's freaking awesome. And I love it. I love like the story of these characters slowly building up. I like the relationships that Alita's slowly creating with these different characters. Yeah, there's some things that you kind of see kind of coming where it's like, oh, like you didn't throw that body that Alita has away. You know she's gone. You're like, okay, I guess I gotta get that. Or like when they're like, your name is Alita. Or like, your name's Alita. And she's like, that's such a nice name. And so you kind of guess like, okay, I can probably guess where the doctor got that name from. Stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, you can see that coming. But it is still heartfelt and nice. And a lot of cool things still happen. And then there's just some dark stuff that just happens. Like, not just happens, it happens within the story, but like dark stuff happens, and it's just like, oh my god. Or like something that happened, like you see like that character in a very different way, and like that'll never be brought up again because like, well, they're either dead or they're still in a tank. Or like something, or maybe you give a robot body, I don't know. But it's really good. And again, like there's characters like, not everyone in this movie is squeaky clean. Not everyone in this movie is like a pinnacle of, you know, heroism or whatnot. No. There is this. Every character in this movie has dirt on their finger, under their nails, dirt and blood under their nails. They are like, this world feels like it's a dark and kind of gritty place, but also still being a cool place to kind of see and look around. Like I would love a game of this. I would love a video game of Alita Battle Angel, and it would be like have it where it's open where you can kind of explore. Have an open world, obviously, where you can explore Iron City, where you can explore, like, the Badlands around it, or then eventually try to get up to the main floating city of Sardon, or whatever the heck it's called. This is basically kind of what I feel this is what kind of what Ghost in the Shell should have been, where it's like, take the material and still make it a complete story, but you don't have to, like, mix in all these other things. You can still make it where it's a good story. Although, like, you don't have to remake it, the manga or the movie, but have it to where it's still good. And heck, you can have some dismemberment and stuff like that with robots, obviously, because and like it's good. Like there's even a scene where it's kind of like the ending of Ghost in a Shell, not the live action one, the anime, the original movie, where like kind of the ending bit, even though that's like the middle of the movie for Alita, but there is a scene kind of very similar to that. And Alita, even when she's like that, can still beat the out of people. And it's really, really good. Even a scene where, like, you think, like, oh, this is probably the ending bit in the trailer. It's like, oh, this is probably the ending. Nope, that's, like, the middle of the movie. It's like the middle of the movie. Like, okay, you just hit, like, every beat the trailer showed, and there's still, like, another hour left. What the hell are you going to show me, movie? But this movie's awesome. I liked it. Tell me if you have anything else below. Thanks for watching. Also, she basically gets, like, kind of like a Genji sword or, like, lightsaber kind of thing. It's freaking great. And she keeps dropping it throughout the movie until the very end, and it's just like, yeah, you just keep your goddamn sword. We know you're gonna take it, but you're like, yeah, it's a little sword that you see that she has right there. But and also her, like, I love always like seeing the bulky, like almost every person has like almost like a stylized robot body part. I'm gonna end this soon, but a stylized robot body parts. What I kind of like was like, okay, you can see the cheaper ones because they're bigger and clunkier, and then you see like Alita's like the doll one is like more crafted for like the higher quality, but still not really meant for battle. And then when she gets her berserker body, it's like, oh hell yeah! Where you see like by like all the stuff. I love robots. I love seeing stuff like that. I love cyborgs. I love all that stuff. Androids, robots. I love it so much. I love that the one where technology becomes so advanced, you can create like robot limbs and stuff like that. It looks almost just like the regular ones and stuff like that. I love that stuff. Especially when, like, stuff like this with Alita or, like, Kakuridoji Ultimo. Karakuridoji Ultimo. Like, stuff like that. Especially stuff like that where it's, like, self-replicating, healing robotic bodies. Hell yes. But, this movie's awesome. I loved it. I love the designs of almost, like, every robot there was. Alita was still the coolest one. And I really liked that. I love when she has the sword and everything. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Hell, they named it the Damascus sword, which Damascus is a ancient type of metal that, like, believe it or not, look like liquid almost on the blade, and like it's a blade that like they made in ancient times that they still can't replicate to this day, even though technically, like, you know, they just call it that because of that. But still, like, that is a cool little thing. Like, ah! But yeah, in any case, it's awesome. I liked it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Watching the videos that I've done, links are on my Facebook down there somewhere. Just go to my videos. I like this movie. I loved it. Tell me what you guys think. And hopefully you'll all enjoy this. I definitely say go check this out. This is basically a solid rated R movie. This is like the highest bit of PG-13 you can get, and they even get a one fuck in there. But this is the highest art. This is like the highest, like, this is a solid parental guidance 13, because oh my god, there is some horrific body horror in this while still keeping everything. It's really good. It's really good. It's a horrific body horror while also a great story, and it's really awesome. I like it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Watching which videos I've done. The links are on my Facebook. There's so more. Please check out my videos, and we will see you later. I would love to get Alita's sword too. Heck yes.